Yo, what's good, day trader? This is your boy Jada Var bringing y'all another upload for this week, man. And this week's upload, I got a new prop firm to review. It's called FuturesElite. I just looking over the site, and I'm gonna be honest, this is one that I will be excited for. Like this is a firm that I would probably do some business with right here. So we're gonna cover some of the things like they have no consistency on funded. Once you get funded, you don't have to worry about a consistency rule on some accounts. I want to say I also saw that they do up to 100% profit share of the first $10,000 in payouts that you get once you become funded, and also too they have a payout cap of like 2K on some of the accounts and everything of the sort. So yeah, before we get into all that though, I ask you guys please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you're a new viewer. Also feel free to like the video, and if you've traded with FuturesElite before, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of them. You know, if you've gotten, or you can let me know if you've gotten a payout with them, or etc. etc. You know, just want to get some engagement in them in that comment section, man. I like talking to people. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this review. FuturesElite. Like I said, this is a firm that I was pretty excited for when I first discovered it, and this is one after looking over a brief overview of the site and seeing like some of the products that they offer. I was pretty excited about it. Like this is one that I would probably do some business with. All right. Also, too, they have you can stack accounts through bundles too, and I've heard of like some futures firms doing that where like you can instead of just buying separate challenges, you can like just bundle them all together once at checkout, and they give you a discounted rate for it. So that is something that they offer. You can unlock up to $1.5 million in capital on day one, right? So, 4.7 rating on Trustpilot. Cool, cool. Largest single payout, $33,000. Wow, that's insane. Let's see. So they have the different accounts. They also have end of day drawdown on some of the accounts. They do have trailing drawdown, intraday trailing. One of the account features, from what I saw, but they also do offer a instant account also. So instant funding options also, right? With the instant accounts. Do 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 do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get into the products. All right, so here we have the Elite Challenge, right? 50K, and also too they have a good amount of different platforms you can choose through. I personally would use TradeEvade. If they didn't have TradeEvade, I wouldn't be trading. I wouldn't trade with this firm if they didn't have TradeEvade, because I like to integrate everything over with TradingView, right? But also too, another thing I want to highlight: they don't have any buffer requirements on their accounts, right? I know for the Elite, but I'm gonna go through the Prime and Instant also, and also too, there's a custom feature where like you can customize the challenge account how you want to fit your needs, right? Um, but yeah, so they don't have any buffer requirements, which I thought was pretty interesting. This isn't the only firm that I've seen does like Funded Next Futures also does this. They don't have any buffers required in some of their accounts that you have if you pass them, right? So I thought that this was pretty interesting. Right. So minimum trading days to pass the 50K Elite Challenge. You have to trade for at least 2 trading days. So after 2 trading days, you basically pass. They don't have any activation fees. Also, too, these are one-time fee accounts. So like you don't have to worry about paying monthly for these accounts like some other futures firms do. You don't have to worry about that. Let's see. They also don't really. They're not too friendly when it comes to scalping either. So if you're a scalper, this might not be a firm that you want to trade with, because they're kind of pretty strict on that from what I saw in some of their rules. They also do have a consistency rule, however, it's at 50%. Right, their consistency rule is set to somewhere to around 50%. Let's see. End of day drawdown maximum loss limit is 2,000 on the 50K account. Max position size is 4 contracts, and I want to say that's for both minis and micros, right? So and me personally, like I use micros personally. Like you don't get it twisted, you can make money with micros, bro. Like it's, whether it's a mini or micro, you can still make some good money trading micro contracts, right? But and actually 4 is pretty decent enough, depending on how big your stop losses are, right? 4 is pretty big when it comes to micros, and my stop losses tend to be pretty big because I tend to like swing in my position. So let's see, profit target 3,000. That's around like I want to see that's close to like 5%, a little over 5%. But like I said, no buffer. Here are the rules when you become funded. Profit target $1. So as long as you're $1 in profit, technically you're eligible for a payout, or over $1 in profit, you're eligible for a payout. But you have to make at least 100. I think the payout minimum withdrawal is, I want to say, $150, right? So, but anything over $1, you're in profit, you're basically eligible for the payout. So like you pass that requirement. Now you just have to meet the thresholds. Um, Maximum loss limit stays the same, no fee. You have to trade for a minimum of 5 days, so you have to have five profitable days, a minimum of $150 each day, right? If not, they're not going to count it as a trading day. So keep that in mind. They do have news trading, but it's with restrictions. So you have to close your orders at least 2 minutes before and after major news events. Uh, Now I want to say if you're already in a position, then at that point you don't have to worry about it maybe. But just from looking at this right here, you know what? Just don't chance it. Don't chance it. Because I have seen one firm before where he said like if you're already in a position, then you don't have to worry about closing it. Especially like if you enter the position like 2 hours before any of these news events, you don't have to worry about closing it out. It's just like when it gets around and close to that time, then you have to consider actually closing your trades and not having any trades open, right? But yeah, so end of the day, no activation fees. Again, once you pass, you go straight to funded. All right. Profit split 90%. However, they did say that the first $10,000 that is 100% profit split, so you get 100% of that. Then there's a payout cap of $2,000 per payout, right? So that's the 50K elite. 100K is a bit bigger, so that's 6%. You get double the contract size. Also, they bump your maximum loss limit up a little bit. Also, let's see, funded rules, same rules apply. End of day drawdown, minimum 5 trading days. And also too, you don't have a daily loss limit, so you have to be mindful, not to get too crazy, because you don't have a daily loss limit, so you can be down $2,000 just like that. So be mindful of that. Um, no buffer. Let's look at the prime accounts. So the prime accounts, same thing, 6% profit target. There's no buffer on these accounts. Same contract size. However, they have a trailing equity on the prime accounts. So this is the intraday trailing drawdown. So you have to be mindful if you're someone that likes to swing or someone that likes takes a lot of trades throughout the day. Be mindful of this, right? Because yeah, me personally, I'm not a fan of intraday trailing rules. I more so prefer the end of day trailing drawdown, right? Because I swing, like I said, I swing my positions, right? So my positions can like fluctuate in and out of profit, and based off of like if you got intraday drawdown, that can really kind of bite you in the ass a little bit, right? So if you up 2,000, it's gonna move the drawdown up 2,000. It's gonna move the trailing equity up $2,000 in profit. And so if you go back down 2,000, now you basically fail that challenge, right? So just keep that in mind. That's something you gotta keep in mind. But the minimum trading days is shorter, so you get 1 day instead. You go over to funded, same thing, minimum trading days. There's a trailing equity, maximum loss limit. They have a consistency rule. So the consistency rule in this one is 40%. So I want to say the difference is there's the profit split is different, and then also too the payout cap is a bit higher on the prime accounts. I wonder if that's just because it's a 100K account. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, never mind. Let's see. That was something that I didn't check. But I will go over. The payout cap on this one is 2,000 for the elites, but for the prime it's only $1,300. That's the payout cap. That's the payout cap on the prime. So I'm not sure why the payout cap is a little less. Maybe because they giving you one trading day to pass it instead. Also, too, here's something that's a big distinction between both of these accounts. On the prime account, you have to wait 7 days between the payouts. But on the elite, I didn't see anything that said where you had to wait for any days between the payouts. It's just trade for a minimum of 5 days, as long as the 5 days are in profit. They don't have to be back to back, but as long as you have 5 days of profit, right, you can basically take a withdrawal right then and there. It's just you got to be mindful of that payout cap. But however, on here with the funded, you got to wait 7 days between each payout. So yeah, this one right here isn't really all that attractive to me. Just my honest opinion. Especially because of the intraday trailing drawdown. Like the 7 days between payouts. I mean, I think that's pretty fair. You just gotta wait a week, right? With the same minimum 5 trading days, you just gotta wait a week. I guess between each payout, right? And the payout caps also aren't that attractive either. But however, um, just the intraday trailing drawdown alone is a big turn off for me. So I wouldn't use his account anyway. But I guess for someone who I still don't see what the advantage would be of these accounts, because now you got to wait longer between payouts, right? So not a big selling point for me. I guess it's the minimum trading days, maybe. Not it's the same 5. I was looking at the evaluation part, but yeah. Is there anything about the consistency? Yeah, 40% consistency rule. So yeah, I really don't see too much of what would be the main selling point of the prime accounts, right? I think if they just sold the elite as a product and the instant and the custom, I think that would be cool. All right. But now let's get into the instants. So there's no buffer on the instant accounts either. They also have another account type with the $25,000. So it's little bit less of a profit target. Also, too, they're not priced too bad either, $167 because they have a sale going on right now. I actually didn't go over the price for the, so it's $90 for a 50K elite account. That's pretty cheap, and then 160 for a 100K elite challenge. That's pretty cheap. Um, let's see. So it's a little cheaper with the prime accounts, but I just with the intraday trailing, I'm not a big fan of it. I probably wouldn't touch that account type. Even though it is cheaper, I wouldn't touch it. Right. With $90 for a 50K account with no buffer and some of the things that they're offering, once you get funded, not too bad. All right, but for the instant funding, we're gonna do the 50K, $244. That's not bad, especially with the discount that they have. And right here with the bulk discount, so you guys can add all these different accounts together. Um, I'm not doing that because I ain't got the bankroll for that. I'll be honest with y'all. So, but yeah, if you were to say bundle up all these accounts together, this is basically the price you would pay right here. So $872 instead of $1,800. Uh, so yeah, so there's no activation fees. Still don't have a daily loss limit. The maximum loss limit, it is a little less, so it goes down from, say, on Elite 2000, and it goes down a little bit for probably a little less than you get $200 less than the maximum loss limit, right? So end of day thing here too with the instant funded, the minimum trading days is 10, so instead of 5, you basically double that. So you have to be mindful of so it could take a while to get a payout, right? Let's see, minimum trading days, that's 10. Scaling, you know, they don't have a scaling rule. Max position size 4 contracts, 40 micros. They do allow news tradings during on these accounts though. Profit split 80%, and then the payout cap is set at $1,500. I think that's pretty decent for a instant funded account. Same rules apply on the 100K account size. Profit target is 7% though. You get a $3,000 drawdown limit. Max position size 8 contracts. Again, no buffer on these accounts. So that's pretty attractive right there in itself. No buffers on these accounts. Consistency rule for these accounts though, it's set at 20%, right? So I think that's pretty fair. They don't want people just YOLOing these accounts, just to get big payouts of everything. So payout cap is also larger, $2,500 on a 100K account. There's no buffer on that either. So basically, whenever you go into a profit, as long as you have, or I wonder if you have to get to 7K before you can actually take a payout. So you get the 7K, but there's no buffer. However, and then the payout cash is just 2,500 after that. So that is interesting in itself, right there. I think that's pretty interesting. Let's see. Consistency rule is set at 20% though on these accounts. Yep. So you can't go over 20% on these accounts with the instant funding. All right, now let's take a look at the custom. Play around with this for a little bit. So it's the same thing, no buffers, profit targets the same, 3 contracts. But if I move the cursor right here, so I can make this a little less, maybe. No, I can't make it. Oh, okay. So it only goes down to 5%, right? And as you guys can see, that'll also affect the price a bit, also, depending on what you were playing around with in here. So if you go to 21 days between payouts, which I think is outrageous, but it's $77 right there, and I honestly wouldn't want to wait 21 days between payouts. That's just me personally. But yeah, depending on what you do here, it affects the price a bit. If I do a lesser profit split, it'll take the price down, so make the account cheaper. If I do increase the days between payouts, it makes it cheaper. You can't do zero. You can't do zero though. I don't even know why they have zero as an option if you can't select it. But hey, if I increase the profit split, the account will be around $200 or so. Uh, Decrease the maximum loss limit. If you decrease the maximum loss limit, you also get a little bit of a discount on that. The price goes down a little bit. Let's see, profit target. So if you set the profit target of 8%, it also does that. So yeah, pretty fun playing around. I wonder how much if I put the news trading. Oh wow, that that went up significantly. Okay. All right, so yeah, but yeah, like I said, I don't know why they have 0 days between payouts if you can't even select it. Like at least make it 5 or something, or 3 maybe. Uh, what do I know? All right, so there you guys have it, man. Futures Elite. I think it's a pretty good prop firm. I think they have some good products that they offer. So yeah, if you guys want to, feel free to give these guys a go. Feel free. Or like I said earlier in the video, if you guys have already been trading with this prop firm, let me know in the comments down below what it's been like, what your experience has been like. Let me know if you've gotten a payout from this prop firm. And yeah, but this is one that I would personally do business with. But right now I'm on funded next futures, right? But hey, in the future I probably could hop on Futures Elite, you know what I mean? Because like I said, no buffer is extremely attractive as far as like trying to get payouts from day one, right? As soon as you pass the account, right? So, but yeah, with that being said, this is y'all boy Jay Davari checking out, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.